அடியேன் தாசன். அடியேன் தாசன். அடியேன் பேசுறது கேட்கறதா அடியேன்? ஹலோ, கேன் யூ ஹியர் மீ? அடியன் தாசன் அடியன். தேவரி இஸ் இன் மியூட் நினைக்கிறேன். தேவரி இஸ் இன் மியூட். மியூட்ல இருக்கேன்.
அடியன் தாசன், பத்ரி நாராயணன்,
அடியன்
நியூசிலாந்து.
சுவாமி சுவாமி தேவரி
ஞாபகம் இருக்கா?
சுவாமி தேவரி மியூட்ல இருக்கீர். முகுந்தன் சுவாமி மியூட்ல இருக்கீர். தேவரி அன்மியூட். ஏதோ இஷ்யூஸ் நினைக்கிறேன் அடியன் பத்ரி சுவாமி.
எனக்கா?
இல்ல இல்ல அவருக்கு அவர் எண்ட்ல அவரால் அன்மியூட் பண்ணிக்க முடியல. அதனால
இந்த ஜெயஸ்ரீலாம் கூட வரல, என்னன்னு தெரியல.
வருவாளா இருக்கும் இனிமே. அது ஒருவேளை வருவா. நான் வந்து இந்த மீட்டிங் ரூம் பேர் வந்து சமண பக்தின்னு இருந்ததுனால கன்ஃபியூஸ் ஆயிட்டாலோ என்னன்னு தெரியல. இப்ப மாத்திருக்கேன். அதனால
ஓ, அத நீங்க அமிச்சதை திருப்பி அனுப்புறேன் அவளுக்கு. அப்போ
அவங்க அதே லிங்க் தான் வர சொல்லுங்க. மாத்திருக்கேன். அது சமண பக்தின்னு டிஸ்பிளே ஆனாலும் வர சொல்லிடுங்க. இதே சேனல்ல தான் சுவாமி சாதிக்கிறேன்.
சரி, ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே, ஷூரா. 2 நிமிஷம் இருங்கப்பா, அவளை ரெடி பண்ணிடுறேன்.
அடியன் அடியன்.
கேட்குறது அடியன்.
அடியன் நன்னா கேட்கறது அடியன்.
வெரி குட் வெரி குட்.
அடியன் நியூசிலாந்துல இருந்து பத்ரி சுவாமி இருக்கார்.
ஓகே ஓகே. பத்ரி ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம்.
பிரணாம் பிரணாம். ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? காத்தாலே நான் கேட்டேன்.
ஞாபகம் இருக்கு. சந்தோஷம். ரொம்ப நாளைக்கு அப்புறம். வெரி நைஸ்.
ரொம்ப நாளைக்கு அப்புறமா நடுவுல பேசவே இல்லை. என்னன்னா நமக்கு ஆபீஸ் போறது இல்ல. ஆபீஸ் போனாதான் நிறைய டைம் இருக்கும். அப்பெல்லாம் அவங்களோட லஞ்ச் டைத்துல எல்லாம் பேசுவேன்.
நல்ல ஐடியா.
பப்ளிக்கா ரெக்கார்ட் பண்றீங்க. ஆபீஸ் போனா டைம் இருக்கும்.
so nice so nice.
அடியன் அடியன் அடியன்.
இருங்க, இன்னும் ஒருத்தர் நீங்க இன்னும் 2 பேர் ஜாயின் பண்ணிருக்கா. அவ ஏன் வரலன்றது தெரியல.
பரவாயில்ல. you late no problem. ஒரு 5 நிமிஷம் வெயிட் பண்ணலாம்.
ஒரு 5 நிமிஷம் வெயிட் பண்ணலாம். அடியன் தாசன்
5 மினிட்ஸ் வெயிட் பண்ணோம். no problem.
அடியன்.
பேர் தேசிகன், பேரு ஜெயஸ்ரீன் பேரு.
ஓகே. எங்க இருக்காவா?
நியூசிலாந்துல. இப்ப நியூசிலாந்து 20 வருஷம் இருந்துட்டு இந்தியாவுக்கு போய் 2 வருஷம் இருந்தா திவ்ய தேசம் எல்லாம் சேவிக்கணும்ட்டு அவளுக்கு இந்தியா தான் பிடிச்சிருக்கு. இப்ப பொண்ணு இங்க இருக்கான்னு சொல்லிட்டு வந்திருக்கா.
வெரி குட். சந்தோஷம். நைஸ். இதான்
பத்மஜா மாமி அவள்லாம் ரொம்ப ஃப்ரெண்ட் அவளுக்கு. நான் சொன்னேன் ஹைதராபாத் பண்ணா இவர் சுவாமியை மீட் பண்ணுங்கன்னு. அவளுக்கு 2 வருஷமா அந்த கொரோனா வந்து எல்லாம் இதாயிடுது.
டிஸ்டர்ப் ஆயிடுச்சு. எல்லாமே மொத்தமே டிஸ்டர்ப் ஆயிடுச்சு.
தேசிகன் முகுந்தன் சுவாமி வந்துட்டார். புது லிங்க் அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கேன். நியூ லிங்க் அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கேன். அத கிளிக் பண்ணாலே வந்துடுது. ஹலோ,
கேட்கறதா? கேட்கல. மியூட்ல இருப்பாரு. வரட்டும். வெயிட் பண்ணு. கனெக்ஷன் கிடைக்கலன்னா
தாசன் இப்போ வெயிட் பண்ணலாம் இல்லை எப்படி
ஆரம்பிக்கலாம் நம்ம மெதுவாக ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கலாம் வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க இல்லையா மற்றவளை வந்துட்டா இல்லையா ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க ஒரு இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன்.
Pranamam to all Bhagavatas who have joined in this satsangam. So, Swami, those who know about Swami, I think I have seen a lot of people who already know about Swami. So, if you don't know about Swami, Swami is based out in Hyderabad, doing a lot of Kaingaryams, and many youngsters and kids and adults have followed the footsteps of Swami and came into our Vaishnava Sampradaya, Desiya Sampradaya. So Swami is doing a lot of Kaingaryams by conducting camps, online camps, in-person camps, adult camps, workshops, and a lot of things. So Swami will be traveling in and around India, east, west, north, south, always. So in spite of busy schedule, Swami has agreed to conduct this camp for 4 or 5.
Hello, Vango.
4 or 5 for in this 4 or 5 days. In the topic of concept of Prapatti. So many of us have already would have done Bharanyasam through our His Holiness Acharya, but we may have lot of doubts. We may have lot of on the concept of Prapatti, whether I have done Prapatti, but I don't know whether it's going to work or not, or I've done lots and lots of sins, so how it's going to work. So Swami is going to help understand, and if you have any questions about Prapatti or anything, you may reach out to Swami. So I think Swami will have a question and answer sessions too. So it's all about. So on behalf of all Bhagavata Swami, Adiyangals, Dandavat Pranamangal and Sashtanga Namaskarangal for Devari for agreed to conduct this workshop. So as you already know, Swami already did this the same in Telugu and in Tamil once, and today he's going. This camp is mainly for English, those who can understand English, Telugu, Tamil, in whichever language, it's going to be a universal. So if you have any friends who are interested, please ask them to join too, so they can join from tomorrow also. So to know about Prapatti. So that's our request. So Swami, it's up to, I'm transferring over to you. So it's Devari's Tiruvullam. So Devari, you can start as per your Tiruvullam.
Hello.
श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्यः कवितार्किकेसरी
கேக்குறதா சுவாமி?
वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सतितत्तां सदा हृदि ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं स्फटिकाकृतिमाधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे रामानुजदयापात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्. எல்லாருக்கும் சரியா கேட்குறது? I think all of you can listen to me, not be any problem. Sharanagati, the very avatara of Swami Deshikan or Sri Bhashkara Ramanuja is to propagate Sharanagati Marga, the path of Sharanagati. Why? What was the reason? Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktyatu ananya ashakyaha madbhaktim labate param. The only way you can attain me is through Bhakti Yoga. But how to get this Bhakti Yoga? You have to be perfect in Jnana Yoga. Then how to be perfect in Jnana Yoga? We have to be perfect in Karma Yoga. Everything starts from Karma Yoga. What all we think as Karma Yoga is not Karma Yoga. Karma is different, Karma Yoga is different. Nitya Karma Anushtanam continuously, early from the morning, right from taking bath, doing Sankalpam to Perumal. Today I am going to take bath to please you because I have to Snana Mula Kriya Sarve. All the Vedic karmas begin with Snanam. So I am taking bath only to please you with the brain and knowledge and intelligence given by you. Only to please you. through this body given by you, through the mind given by you, through the intelligence given by you, through the Shraddha given by you. This is what is Satvika Tyagam, right? So in every activity, right from taking bath, in every activity, this thought should continue 24 hours. Tailadharavat avichinna smriti santatihi. Then Swami Ramanuja says in the Bhashyam. So like when we pour oil,
Again, Dasan, it seems there is an issue with Swami's computer. I think he should be back in another couple of minutes. Again, Dasan. தாசன் பத்ரி சுவாமி தேவரி பேசுறது கிளியரா கேட்டது அடியேன். ஆனா சுவாமி கிளாஸ் ஆரம்பிச்சதுனால தான் பேச முடியல. அடியேன் க்ஷமிக்கணும்.
சரி சரி.
அடியேன்
நீங்க பேசுறது இப்ப காதுல விழ மாட்டேங்குது.
அப்படியா? நான் பேசுறது கேட்கல அடியேன்?
இப்ப கேக்குறது. இப்போ
நான் அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் மியூட்ல போயிடும். நார்மலா சுவாமி வந்து சாதிக்கும் போது எல்லாரும் மியூட்ல இருப்போம். டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணக்கூடாது, டிஸ்டர்பன்சஸ் வரக்கூடாது. ஏன்னா வி ரெக்கார்ட் திஸ் செஷன். ஸோ அதனால டிஸ்டர்பன்சஸ் வரக்கூடாதுன்னு வச்சுட்டு அப்புறம் ஃபைனலாக கொஸ்டின் ஆன்சர்ஸ்லாம் முடிஞ்ச செஷன்ஸ்லாம் முடிஞ்சா விட்டு தென் வில் ஸ்டாப் த ரெக்கார்டிங். அதுக்காக நடுவில் எல்லாருமே மியூட்ல இருக்கும்.
ஓ, இப்போ நான் மியூட் பண்ணிடணும் அப்போ?
ஆமாம் ப்ளீஸ்.
அவர் பேசுறது எனக்கு கேட்க மாட்டேங்கிறது.
அப்போ ஐ திங்க் உங்க மைக் செக் பண்ணணும், சாரி உங்க ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் செக் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஏன்னா அவர் பேசுறது எல்லாருக்கும் கேட்கறது, அடியனுக்கு கேட்கறது ஐ திங்க் எல்லாருக்கும் கேட்கறதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இல்லைன்னா நான் சொல்லியிருப்பா.
கேட்கறதா அடியன்?
அடியன் கேட்கறது அடியன் ராகன்.
அது லேப்டாப் இதாயிடுச்சு, விண்டோஸ் டவுன் ஆயிடுச்சு. செல்ல பண்ணிருக்கேன். வீடியோ வர மாட்டேங்குது.
ஓ சரி அடியன். அடியன்
இல்ல எனிவே ஆடியோ வில் கண்டினியூ. இப்போ வருது. வீடியோ வருது இல்லையா? ஓகே ஃபைன். ஸோ அடியன் க்ஷமிக்கணும் இந்த டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸ். நடுவில் இது ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம், நெட்ஒர்க்கு, அது இதுக்கு ஒரு பிரபத்தி பண்ணும், ஒழுங்காக நடக்கணும். ஸோ சரணாகதி is the only resort to those who cannot do bhakti. Because bhakti is not so easy. Bhakti yoga is very difficult, extremely difficult. So that is why Perumal says, so Arjuna starts crying, when Perumal says, you cannot attain me without bhakti yoga. Arjuna started crying. Then what is my position? What will happen to me? So Arjuna was a sincere seeker. See the setup, you see. The Bhagavad Gita itself, the battlefield, right? It's not just a land dispute between two families, although it appears so. It's a question of conflict of so many egos, right? Who is going to overpower? Kshatriyas crying full of blood, fighting with each other for blood for blood. Who is superior, who is not superior? Although Pandavas were sattvic in nature, although they surrendered to the Lord Krishna for everything, Krishna supported Pandavas simply because they were following dharma, as simple as that. So, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. These two come under what? Dharma samsthapanarthaya. That is very, very important. The upholding dharma. Dharma has to be established at any cost. Come what may. We may have to kill lakhs of people or crores of people. Dharma has to be established. Paritranaya sadhunam. To protect those who follow dharma, the sadhus, the devotees. Devotees in the sense Vaishnavas. Who are the Vaishnavas? The question comes now. Again, we have to start from there. Who is a Bhagavata? How do we know who is a Bhagavata? So there must be some definition. No question is that we say, no, Bhagavata Pacharam. So who is a Bhagavata? Question comes again. Like, how do you say he is a Bhagavata? How do we give a definition of a Bhagavata? So many things come. So definitely we must know who is a Bhagavata, who is a Vaishnava, who is a Brahmana. Generally nowadays we give an argument that we hear the argument that everybody is not a Brahmana. Though born in a Brahmin family, he might have taken birth in the family of Brahman. Like different gotras, we talk about different maharshis, right? So that itself, is it sufficient to call oneself as Brahmana? Or there is a definition, absolute definition, Brahma Jane iti Brahmana. One who knows Brahman, one who has attained Brahman, he is a Brahmana. Is that definition valid? Generally, it's nowadays very common to hear such argument that just because you are born in a Brahmin family, you don't become a Brahmana. And they give the example like, if you are the son of a doctor, you don't become a doctor. Right? Logic or wonderful logic have been given. So finally, everybody is out to establish that everybody is a Shudra. So what are we going to get by proving that everybody is a Shudra? Right? So the idea is how they preach. So since everybody is a Shudra, every Shudra has to do only Nama Sankirtanam. He doesn't have any other karma. He is not supposed to do yajna or dana, tapasa, archana, whatever it is. So everybody is a Shudra, so everybody should chant Harinam. That's all. And then you will go back to Godhead. This is what is being propagated and looks very appealing also. Unfortunately, Shastra do not say so. Shastra say very clearly we have to do our own Varna Ashrama Dharma, the Varna in which we are born. The argument is correct. Once I take birth in the family of a Brahmana, I don't become a Brahmin. True, we agree that. That's why samskaras are prescribed by Maharshis, great Maharshis, Apastamba, Jaimini, Arbodayana, etc. There are many Maharshis, right? And they have prescribed these, household duties, these Nitya Karma Anushtana. Everything is there in Shastra. What is the use of Shastra? Shasanat iti Shastram. What are the karmas to be followed by a person born in a Brahmin family? born in a Kshatriya family, born in a Shudra family or Vaishya family, what are the karmas? They are all prescribed by Maharshis. Now, we cannot prescribe karmas. We cannot define karma for a person who is born in any family. We cannot prescribe karma for a person born in Mlecha family. So everything has been prescribed by Maharshis with so much of love and affection for the posterity. Generally, it has been portrayed by many of the authors that rishis like Manu or Apastambhacha, they're very tough guys, who impose things on you. Unless you do this, you will be excommunicated or you're not a human being at all. So they are not like that. They don't have a heart of a stone. They have prescribed this, just like a mother prescribes for the child, don't go outside. The weather is very bad. Now we are doing the same thing, right? It's corona, don't go outside, stay at least 2 feet distance, have a mask, and continuously wash your hands. So so many rules we say, because we love our child. Don't eat this, don't go there, don't stand there, don't look this, don't read like this, don't use phone, don't use this. Why are we saying? For the children, definitely we are all Rakshasas, because we are prohibiting them from using net or cell phones or social gatherings or parties, etc. We warn them. Sometimes we are very harsh, right? So this is like Shastras. Shastras also harsh. They look like harsh. But what is the ultimate aim? The ultimate aim of all the Shastras, all the Vedas, Sahasramatruvat Patsalataram Shastram. More than thousands and thousands of mothers put together. The Shastras, they love us to such an extent that they give all these prescriptions. Just like a doctor also says that you have this disease, you have to take this medicine, red color tablet morning at 6:05 p.m., yellow color tablet at 7:05 a.m., blue color tablet at 9:05 a.m. Exactly we take as if he is Veda or he is Perumal. Why? We are concerned about our health. Similarly, Maharshis were concerned about our spiritual health. So they prescribe Etadanushasanam evam upasitavyam. So you have to do like this, like this, like this, like this. You can't do according to your wish, because it is bad for your soul. So Shastras are meant to discipline our life in such a way that we enjoy the bliss of Perumal's Daya. Unless we are very strict in our Anushtanam, we cannot enjoy life. You cannot enjoy cricket if you remove some rules. Wherever I hit, it is boundary. You can't say that. If you say that, then there is no fun in the game. Right? We have, hundreds of pages of rule book for just a cricket. What do we get by watching a cricket or playing cricket? Let us talk in the spiritual angle, from the spiritual angle. So what do we get? We are watching for hours together. I do watch live, then highlights, then again replay. The fellow who doesn't even score a run, he is going to get lakhs of rupees just because he is a part of the team. And then he's endorsed by so many companies, right? He gets crores and crores. What are we going to do? It's a waste of time, sheer waste of time for us. We know. But still we watch because we feel happy by watching somebody hitting a boundary or a sixer or something like that. And we are fans of such players, cricket players, right? So I too am fond of many cricket like Gary Sobers or Dennis Lilly, Jeff Thompson. I used to watch ball to ball. Now I know it's all waste of time. I wasted. Instead, I could have learned so many things. Anyway, gone is gone. Better late than never. At least now we should not waste our time in those useless things. Okay, why was cricket fascinating? Even now it's fascinating for me. Simply because there are very strict rules and regulations, right? From uniform, right? One player cannot say, I will wear this uniform because I am the captain. He will be thrown out. Indiscipline. The board will take action against him. He can't even talk. Forget about this. He can't even say, we have a bunch of fools as selectors. That itself has to sack him. They sack him immediately, right? And he'll be sacked. and then socially is boycotted. To this day, though we are supposed to be a developing nation or developed nations, the so-called developed nations cannot tolerate criticism. What are those rules? Nonsense. Who will follow those? I will not do exercise. I will not do hookups before the match. We can't say that. After all, it's a game. To that matter, even Wimbledon or tennis, they are all just games, but the rules are so severe. They follow, right? If a player comments against the umpire, I used to hear that earlier there was a player named John McEnroe, right? He was well known for his abuses. Right? They used to fine him immediately. One abuse, $1,000. Two abuse, 2,000, like that. And they used to remove him, etc. So you can't abuse Maharshis. Then Perumal will give a fine. Oh, nice. So you go to the hospital, get admitted in case of corona, and then you suffer. So, so why so many rules and regulations in an ordinary game? Why such a royal treatment given to rules and regulations? Simply because you can enjoy tennis, you can enjoy Wimbledon or Ashes or any other World Cup, it's a T20, whatever it is, only when you follow all the rules and regulations in the game. After all, it's a game, right? George Bernard Shaw used to say, cricket is a game of game played by a bunch of fools and watched by a bunch of fools, he used to say, through the idiot box. But still we watch. Why? We get enjoyment from that. Why do we get enjoyment? Simply because all the rules and regulations of the game are being followed, whatever has been framed. Similarly, we can enjoy life, our spiritual life, if we follow all the rules and regulations which are prescribed by our great Maharishis, keeping in view our spiritual health. What Vyasa is going to get sitting under a tree in a forest, writing Mahabharata, eating just Kanda Mula Phala, right? Roots, leaves, fruits. So what did they have? This is what they had. And they were sitting in the forest under in a hut, thatched roof. There was no RCC building there. There no AC building. And only for the sake of the posterity, for us, these people, all of them should go to Vaikuntha. Everybody should enjoy the bliss of Bhagavad Anubhavam. This was their intention. Every second should be enjoyed very nicely. The life is to have Bhagavad Anubhavam, Bhagavat Anubhavam. Because only in human life we can have this, not in animal life. Right? Animals do not even think. They do not have the capacity to think what is right and what is wrong. Animals, they eat, they sleep, they mate, they defend. That's all. They don't think what is the purpose of my life, why have I come into this world, what should I do, what am I supposed to do, what should be my goal. Animals cannot think because they have only 5 senses, they don't have the 5th sense. But we are being endowed with the 6th sense, which is the sense of discrimination. So we should very clearly know what is the purpose of my life, why have I come. Is it just to enjoy some functions with some people and then go away? Or is it something beyond that? Atato Brahma Jigyasa, therefore the inquiry into the Brahma. And unless until we are very serious about it, we cannot think of Sharanagata. We have to be extremely serious for this. Right? So, finally, everything boils down to the inquiry, self-inquiry. Therefore, the inquiry into the Brahman, Tata Brahma Jigyasa, Tata Dharma Jigyasa. So, it's very important for me to know that I should be able able to clearly discriminate what is right and what is wrong. If I cannot do that, then I am an animal, right? If I cannot discriminate myself, if you do not use the power of discrimination, then I will be treated on par with an animal and I will be punished. That's what the law does, right? Every country has a law, criminal law, civil law, etc. And if we don't follow those laws, we will be punished. Rules of the road, rules of the society, rules of the city, rules of the state, everywhere we are bound by rules. Where are we free? In fact, somebody says, I am very free. I have got my children married. I am very free now. I am enjoying my life. You can't say that. We are bound by the state laws, the laws of the country, laws of the state, laws of the district. Wherever you go, laws will chase you. Right? We have to, as long as we follow the rules, it's no problem. But when we don't follow the rules, we'll be jailed, we'll be put in the jail. As we didn't follow the rules which we are supposed to in our previous life, we have been sent to the jail. This is jail. Kunta is jail, and Vaikuntha is release from this jail. Mukti is what? Release. Mukti means liberation or release. From what? From this jail. What is the jail? Jail is the samsara. This samsara, this material world is the jail. How do we know it's a jail? It's no freedom here. Freedom means what? Whatever you want to do, you should be able to do. Right? But we are bound by laws. If you are working for a company, we are bound by so many laws, right from the uniform. Somewhere I read that Vivian Richards, a great cricketer, right? Master stroke player, batsman. He was thrown out of a nightclub in Britain because he didn't go with a tie or something. I read it in an article. So not wearing a tie is a serious offense there. Even in India, I have seen some of the army, I think it exists even now, in army theatres, open air theatres there. I went to Ahmednagar when my father was working. So they asked me, come on, let's go to me. So I went with them. It was a family, group family. I was a kid there at that time. They have a rule that even if you want to watch a movie, you have to wear a full hand shirt, compulsory, with button tied up to the neck. Button should be tied, not kept open. You can't go like this, like Acharya Vaishnava and all. So rule, otherwise you don't come. You have to wear shoes. That was the main. So mandatory. Everybody has to wear shoes. And so I used to borrow from somebody and wear shoes to see a movie. I was a kid. So to watch a movie, right, in an open theater, which belongs to the army, the defense, we have a set of rules. You can't spit anywhere. You'll be fined, right? Be punished. So to watch a movie, which is nothing but an entertainment, time pass. It's a passing of time. Kalakshepam only. Time pass is nothing but kalakshepam. Right? Spending time. But kalakshepam, we are using it for in a Vedika sense, but exactly passing of time in the divine scriptures or pastimes of the Lord. So rules. Nobody can escape the rules. They'll be punished. When I purchase a car, then I should know how to drive it through the streets of New Zealand or Britain or US or India. The very day I purchase the car, I am supposed to know the rules of the road. In India, it's very easy to get a license. Just to pay some amount to a broker. That fellow will give you everything, whatever you want, including insurance. And this will be discovered that the fellow doesn't know even driving after the accidents. Right? Even underage children are being given cars, rich people, and then they drive at a reckless speed, they race, they kill people. So just because few people do not follow the rules, few unscrupulous idiots do not follow the rules, innocent people die on the road. So again, it's a question of corruption. Because they don't follow the rules, we have to suffer. So if my neighbor doesn't follow the rule, then he may come and hit me, hit my vehicle. That's how it happens, right? We drive properly on the road. Some idiot who is a drunkard will come and hit us because he is not following the rule. So though I am following the rule, I am being punished by somebody who is not following the rule. Why? Because we are a part of a society and we should ensure that everybody follows the rule and everybody has a responsibility, collective responsibility to see that the entire nation follows the rules. So I can't say that fellow doesn't follow why am I bothered? He will come and hit you. Then what to do? That is where Vaishnavism comes. The Vaishnava is one who cares for everyone for the welfare of the society. That's why we say, Loka samasta sikhino. So we can't just sit at home and say, I am doing my japa and then I am not bothered what the state does, what the country does. We have to oppose. We have to oppose the killing of cows, verbally or orally, either in written form, right, or in oral form. We have to oppose. Otherwise, the sin of the cows being killed, we have to face. We have to oppose adharma, right, at least verbally. Now, because we keep quiet, that's what is happening in Tamil Nadu, right? The barbar government is now out to destroy all the temples. So they have started, taking the sword and hitting at the roots of Hinduism. The very root of Hinduism is in the temple, where people congregate. And nowadays, with the busy schedule which everyone has, because we are running for our bread every day to office, and we can spend some time to go to the temple only in the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that is stopped now in the name of Corona. So they are intelligent criminals. They will take shelter of Corona and then say, this is Corona, so it's Corona time, to don't group together. Efficient government should ensure, if this is a real case, ensure that there is a social distancing through their employees. There are only 2 archakas in a temple. There are 20 to 30 officials for the temple, right? Wherever there are only just 2 archakas, there are more than 10 people who are employed who get scales up to 70,000, 80,000 rupees, whereas the archaka gets just 5,000 and the assistant gets just 2,000. This is what is atrocious. Why? And nobody. Why? Simply because we keep quiet and say, all Perumal will take care. We should raise and oppose. We suppose, raise a voice, at least write a letter, or support those who are fighting the adharma. So, rules. Everywhere we are bound by the rules. So, why not accept Shastras, which are the rules laid down for our welfare? When it comes to Shastra, we oppose. When it comes to useless law, useless rule, like in the school, if you go, so many rules, because you just ordinary LKG, a kindergarten school child is being asked to wear only this type of a dress, this type of a badge, so much a paraphernalia that for a 1 hour class in the school, we have to spend 3 hours to decorate that child. Only this color shirt, shoes should be polished, otherwise he'll be punished. Are they related to education? In what way they are related to education? Okay, fine. A discipline must, a student must be recognized by the dress. Oh, this child belongs to this school. Fine. That's okay. But there are some useless rules which we know, even the parents also know, but they sign. Very useless rules. If you ask the management, they will say it is to discipline the child. Like, we agree. We sign and send our child, spending lakhs of rupees. With the intention, with the main intention, why do we accept all those rules and regulations, put the child in the school with the sole intention that the child will be disciplined and will be happy in its future? That's all. Same way, Maharshis have laid down so many rules. Before Tarpanam, we should not drink coffee. Right? On the Tarpanam day, you should take only tiffin. 1 day before your Shraddham, you should take only palaharam. So many things. These are the rules which people hate to follow. These are meant only for our welfare, not for the welfare of the Maharshis. Maharshis will live only on air or water. They are capable. Still, they prescribe you eat this, you eat this, you eat this. Vedanta Deshika, out of his compassion, has given a wonderful diet No Acharya even thought of this. Right? No, you won't find any book, right? Like Ahar Niyamam. So like a mother, only a mother will prescribe, don't eat this, don't eat this, don't eat this for your child, because she loves the child, as simple as that. So Vedanta Deshika is the Daya Avataram of Swami Dev, Sakshat Venkateshwara. Venkatesha Avataro Ayam Tadghantamsho Atava Bhavet Yatindramsho Atabetyayam Atava Yatindraha Ityuktayastu Mangalam. Right? This is what we listen in Pramanas, right? So this is the duty of an Acharya. Dirgabandhum Dayalum. Shastras, they love us to such an extent. Perumal loves us to such an extent. Now you can ask me, how do you know Perumal loves us? Only through your experience. You just reflect back in your life and find out that how much Perumal loves you. In what way you have shown his love? A father or mother can show their love by slapping the child. In fact, I would say that is the best way of so that he will get reformed throughout his life. It's a proverb also, right? Spare the rod and spoil the child. You don't take the stick, no discipline, and nobody will read. How do you discipline a child? And now they say it's a corporeal punishment is banned. A child will just give you a complaint and then you will be jailed. All nonsense, right? The child should be afraid of the teacher. If the child is not afraid of the teacher, how the child will learn? You can't cajole your child and then make child to study. It's not possible. There are different types of patients, different types of medicines to be prescribed for them. All the children do not bend if you just show love. Very few people. Just if you say simply do this homework, you children may do it, but some children have to be threatened. I don't mean that they should be beaten. Some children have to be threatened. You ask even now great scholars in various fields, not only Sanskrit, even in other fields, they say we used to be dreadful. We used to be afraid of our chemistry teacher, maths teacher, because he used to beat us with his bamboo stick. We were scared when he entered the class. It was a terror in our class. But now I am a PhD in mathematics because he beat me. Now you leave the people. Anyway, that beating was out of love, not because they have a pleasure. The more I beat, I'll get more pleasure. No. The teacher wants to discipline the student, so he has to be very strict. He may be very soft at heart. I saw a movie, in British movie, long back, an officer and a gentleman. Now how they train the cadets. So finally, all those, he just tortures them like anything. And when they become officers, when they are commissioned, and they cry because they are leaving the master. It's a wonderful movie I saw. So, discipline, spiritual life, you cannot have this. You cannot enjoy spiritual life if there is no discipline. I don't take bath, but I am pure in my heart, so I do Gayatri. See, how can it cannot go like this? It cannot. It's a lie. Because if I chant Gayatri, if I am doing Sandhyandanam, right, I can't do as I wish. I have to do as prescribed by Perumal, as prescribed by the Maharshis. So it will start with Achamanam, then Pranayamam, then Prasanam, then Argya Pradhanam, then invocation to Gayatri, right? Then Anganyasam, then Karanyasam. After all these things, so much respect, so much regard for Gayatri, because Gayatri is not just some girl next door or a lady. Gayatri is a Mahamantra which has been, invented, not invented, discovered. Invention is wrong. Discovered from the 4 Vedas by none other than great Maharshi who spent around 40,000 years in his whole of life only in tapasya. Great Maharshi Vishwamitra. That's why even now Vishwamitra is best example for Sharanagati. Prapatti. When we talk of Prapatti, you cannot leave Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra, Vishwasya Mitram. Right? One who is the most closest, one who loves all of us. Vishwasya Mitram. Right? So, how can we help this society? What was his original aim? Vishwamitra originally was to kill Vasishtha, that's all. He was a Kshatriya. Tit for tat, blood leads, cries for blood. Rattatin ratame, we say, right? Rattam for rattam. Kun ka badla, kun se hi hota hai, like that. He wanted to kill Vasishtha. Just because of a very trivial reason. All of you know the story. So this is the power of Sharanagati. That's what I'm saying. I want to bring out how powerful is Sharanagati. He was an ordinary king. The Ramayana, the story comes. He camps near Vasishtha's ashram in the forest. See, all the ashrams were located in the forest. Wild animals were there, lion, snakes, etc. Everything was there. They had to live among the animals, among the wild animals, among the poisonous snakes. And even they bite, they knew the medicine. Probably they would have had some root or something like that. They had to live in the forest simply because they didn't want to live in the city. That's why Rama went into Dandakaranya, because Dandakaranya was not inhabited by human beings. A very dreadful, very dangerous forest. So that people would not come to meet him. That's all. You go to do some tapasya, and there also you have a meeting of your friend. Then what is the use of tapasya? When you want to go to Badri or Muktinath, go alone. Do tapasya, do chanting. Go to Badrinath to do Ashtakshara Japa. Go alone. What will happen if you take 20 people? You have to look after their coffee, their tea, their idli, their vada, finished. Then where is the question of Japa? Of course, Bhagavata Kainkaryam is once you have done a Prapanna, once you have become a Prapanna, then all you have to do is to please the Lord. So in that case, you can take people and then get them good darshan, give them good accommodation, etc. But a Maharshi, when he wants to do tapasya, he will not go with all his family members there. He will go alone. He will stay with his wife, nevertheless, a Vanaprastha ashram. There is no attachment there. The wife will help him in carrying on his tapasya, doing his japa, which may last hours and hours together. So there we cannot ask whether he did Tritakala Sandhyavandanam, how much time he took and all. So they are all Brahmagyanis. They also did Anushtana, not in the form which we are doing now. So they used to sit in the forest and think of the welfare of the whole society. How to deliver these people? These people are suffering. Although nobody went and complained to them, say, I am suffering in this samsara. People were feeling they will be happy. But then Maharishis are so filled with so much of kindness that they wanted to help this society. For the generations to come, they should be happy. So they laid down these rules and regulations, simplest karma. Because in the Kali Yuga, they knew that these children cannot do very powerful tapasya or austerities. I heard somewhere, the sad part is true, that some girl, highly qualified, a younger girl, refused a boy because he is doing Sandhyavandanam. I heard that. Not only I heard that, I saw also. It was so bad. She when she was asked what the reason why you do not want this boy, he's earning very well, he's earning 1.5 lakhs per month from a reputed corporate sector company. She simply said, no, the alal very acharam, it doesn't suit because he's doing Sandhyavandanam, Trikala Sandhyavandanam. So Trikala Sandhyavandanam is a disqualification. See, this is the state of affairs now. In India, I'm not talking about abroad. People are afraid if somebody puts 12 Tirman and all and doing Sandhya, and they think, oh, you become sannyasi or something. So such a state, such a condition has come now. And they foresaw, they had visionaries, right? They had Duradarshanam, Duradrishti. Duradarshanam is TV. A television, tele is what? Distance, right? Telepathy, television, teleprinter, something distance. You can see what's happening from a distance, in a distance through a TV. So they had a vision. They knew this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going. How did they have this power? Simply because they always used to think of the welfare of the society. That's all, as simple as that. The Vishwasya Mitra. A Vaishnava should be like that. Quality of a Vaishnava is always thinks about the universe. He doesn't think about himself. So Vishwamitra did some 40,000 years of tapasya. Every time he did 10,000 years. If you see in Ramayana, you just see every day. First time Ramba will come, then Urvashi will come, then somebody else. He will be David. Just one Devaloka Kanya is enough to spoil his mood, and then just it will pass. Then he will cry. I spent all these paths and penance is gone. Again, he used to go to another direction to tapasya. In spite of all those things, he won over his senses. He controlled his senses. And Vasishtha was also so happy to see. Vasishtha also bowed before Vishwamitra because Vishwamitra was a great technologist and scientist who did so much of research to give us Gayatri. And Rama loved Vishwamitra. That's why even in the Sandhyavandana mantra you will get. Sandhyavandanam is nothing but Prapatti only. It's nothing, another form of Sharanagati. All Sharanagati mantras are there. If you read Aishinga Sandhyavandana Bhashyam, everything is surrender. He discovered, he took so much of pains for him to go through all the Vedas and then collected them and then gave the Gayatri. That's why you find Savitra, Rishi, Vishwamitra, Devi, Gayatri, Chanta, Savita, Devata. So we don't say Vasishta's name, you won't find Vasishta's name. You find the name of Vishwamitra. Why? Vishwamitra was following the path of Sharanagati. Vishwamitra accepted the Sharanagati of Trishanku. Trishanku surrendered to him. I don't know whatever you do, I should go to Swarga with this body. Again, this also comes in Ramayana. Vishwamitra says, anyway, you have caught hold of my feet, I will protect. My main principle is to protect those who have done Sharanagati. But that fellow, Shanku, he did Prapatti not for moksha or something like that. So he wanted to go to heaven with this body, the human body, which is again the scriptures. And Vishwamitra, with his power, he sent him, probably through a flight. The flight went there. He was about to land on Swarga, then Indra kicked him out. Because that is the rule. No human being with a human body can reach that planet. It's a different planet. So he kicked him down, then he started coming down, upside down, with his head down. Immediately Vishwamitra said, with my power I stop you. So he created another world. The story goes on. What is the moral here? That anybody who surrenders should be protected at any cost. This is the principle of Vishwamitra. That's why Rama loved him. Sharanagata Rakshana Dharma, because all the avatars meant only for this purpose, to protect the Sharanagatas. This is what the main principle of Sharanagati. Perumal loves those who do Sharanagati, Prapatti to him, although they do not know about the science of Sharanagati. They may not know anything about Sharanagati. They may not know the definition of Sharanagati. But through an Acharya, they catch the lotus feet of the Lord gives everything to protect. So what about others? Those who are not surrendered to him, will he leave them or punish them? No, they are also his children. He will teach them such a lesson that they will surrender to him ultimately. But someday, So the question is, when? When are we going? Kada punash shankara thanga kalpa. Kada means when. Kada sirasa dharayishyami. Ramanuja says, when will I come to Vaikuntha and see you and say, Namasta parivaraya Srimate Narayanaya Namaha iti pranamya uttaya punah pranamya. When will I see you in Vaikuntha with Sri Devi, Bhudevi, Nilavi, Ananta Garda, Vishwaksena, and then do Sashtanga Namaskaram again and again and again, punah uttaya punah pranamya atyanta sadhasa vinaya vanata kinkurvanaha kritanjali putaha. I should ask, what should I do? What kankaram? Kim karomi, give me another kankaram. When will I do that? When will you give me kankaram? At Vaikuntha, because Vaikuntha is the only place where we can do without any fatigue, without any physical problem, mental problem. Continuously, eternally you can do service. If you want to do eternal devotional service, you have to go to Vaikuntha. Because here is a temporary body, it has to be left. The body will have, Trigunatmaka body will have so many problems. It's already built-in problem, right? Comes here with built-in problem, like a chip programmed already. It's a read-only memory. It's not random access memory, right? So the body has sent us down with so much of built-in diseases and worries, etc., which will be there for any Prapanna. He has to face. He has to face the results of his apacharas, aparadas, karma, etc. But if satsang is there, it will not affect him. Although he is being subject to physical or mental torture due to his bad karma or aparadas, he will not be disturbed. He accepts it with all love and affection. This is the grace of the Lord. He sees the grace of the Lord in diseases, physical and mental. So that is the state of mind a Prapanna attains if he is in continuous service of the Acharyas, Bhagavatas, like this. He will see the grace of the Lord the moment he receives something bad. In the eyes of the world, it is bad. It could be an accident. It could be some death of a closest person. He will see there is an anugraham in this. He only knows that. What is the anugraham? He only can identify the anugraham in that. So the main point here is that a Prapanna sees anugraham in the every act of Perumal, because the Prapatti is so powerful. It will make the Lord melt like anything. So Alavandar himself says, Yatha Tata Vapi Sakrit Krutanjali. Just fold your hands once like this, enough to Perumal. Yatha Tata Vapi means incidentally, without any consciousness. So a Nastika is there, he doesn't know about Perumal. He doesn't want to accept Perumal, doesn't want to accept Shastra. Right? Even if he kills a mosquito like this, and in front of him Perumal is there, by chance, incidentally, instantaneously, he gets a punya, because Perumal accepts it as an Anjali, although he has killed a mosquito with a folded hand. Perumal accepts it as an Anjali. Yatha Tata Vapi Sakrit Kritanjali. Anyway, the real meaning here is Prapatti. Sakrit is the word. Sakrit Kartavya Prapatti. Also, if we do a physical pranam like this, without our knowledge, without knowing what is Anjali, it will Tadaiva Mushnati Ashubhanyase Shataha. That is enough to destroy infinite bad karmas which you have committed, infinite sins. Tadaiva Mushnati Ashubhani Asheshataha Shubhani Pushnati Rajatu Hiyate. This is what Stottarasan says, Ananda says. So Avashat, without our knowledge, even that is the reason why we should be in satsang. Because whatever we do will become such a powerful karma, such a powerful act, the Perumal will bless us continuously. He will shower his blessings on us. And that can be exceeded by individual. That's all. Each individual, each one of you have experienced that divine grace in a unique way. And hence you are in satsang, otherwise you won't be in satsang. We are all bound together here. It's Sankalpam of the Lord that He has made all of us to be in one place and listen to the glory of the Lord, His pastimes, Leela, etc. Simply because He wanted all of us to come together and to talk about Prapatti, listen about Prapatti, about Sharanagati. That is divine Sankalpam, right? Otherwise we cannot be joined together. So the concept of Sharanagati is very, very, very powerful. It's like, it's like a very powerful question paper, right? Nowadays we have new types of models and questions. I had a question paper in German language, also English and foreign language university. In diploma, advanced diploma, only 2 questions. 2 questions, 50-50 marks. So either you get 50 marks or you lose. Just imagine there is a question paper which is for 100 marks. Either you get 100 or 0, finished. That's all. Either you fail or you get 100 marks. That question is the first time I saw the question. So questions do exist. So Sharanagati is something like that. Either you accept Sharanagati, you have faith in Sharanagati, you go and ask an Acharya, and you become a Prapanna, 100%, 100 marks. From that very second, you have done Sharanagati, Perumal takes care of. Or you can totally fail. Because failure is what? We don't go to the Acharya. That's not that Perumal has let us go. We don't have faith. We don't go to an Acharya. Very simple. What is Bharanyasam? You just go. How it can be practically done? This technology is given by Vedanta. You go to the Acharya and request him. I want to do Bharanyasam. He'll say, come on, come tomorrow. Come with this minimum requirements. Like if you go to Ayeshinga, they say they remove this, all this mustache and a little bit here. Come in the Vedic. At least the idea is, at least on the day of Sharanagati, you look like a Vaishnava, at least on that day. So why all this mustache? All this unkept hair and all. So remove little bit of this hair so that that becomes a shika, something like that. At least on the day of marriage, right? We do makeup. Whatever the year is to say that on the day of makeup, the bride is decorated in such a way that bride looks very beautiful. At least on the day of marriage, right? At least on the day of Sharanagati, he should come with Sarupa. And later on, we will discover, the husband discovers she has an ordinary face. She has given so much of makeup like a cine actress. But he cannot divorce. There is no divorce in Hindu Dharma. There is no divorce in spiritual life. The Perumal will never leave us because he got married to this child in the presence of an Acharya. He has to protect the child for the sake of the Acharya, for the sake of the father, because he loves the father. The wife's father, that is father-in-law. He loves so much because the Acharyas have done so much for him. So many sacrifices they do through their anushtanams. So he loves them. So at least to keep their honor, he has to accept us, right? Though we do so many sins, atrocities, even after Bharanyasam. So after Bharanyasam, the husband discovers that the wife is ugly. She's not even beautiful. Forget about beautiful. She's not even ordinary. She's ugly. Dark face. Yeah? And then ugly things. Only because of the expertise of the fashion designer or whoever it is. She was made beautiful on the day of marriage. And then later on, no divorce. Later on, he will never leave us. He doesn't even hate us. Because we have been given in marriage to him by the Acharya. So he will continue to protect us. But it's our duty to honor our Acharyas, right? Our Acharyas have given us some makeup, some Swarupam on that day, so we should maintain that. Right? And Perumal should really love us for what we are. Rather than, okay, I love your father, out of respect for your father, I am accepting. It should not be like that. We should also be worthy of that Acharya Kripa. So, Prapatti is very simple. You have to go and ask the Acharya, I want to get Bharanyasam. These people won't do. Looks like a simple 100-mark question paper. People never go and ask the Acharya because before that, a lot of tarkam will go, a lot of yuddham will go in the mind, discussions, etc. People try to stop us, giving so many reasons. Shreyamsi Bahuvignani. Even Rama Pattabhishekam was almost stopped what to speak of us? Our channel. Extremely difficult to get faith in channel in this Kali Yuga, especially. To have faith in Acharyas, to have faith in the Sampradaya, to have faith in, first of all, faith in Perumal should come, right? Then only we can talk about Sharanagati or Bhakti or whatever. I don't believe in God. I believe in the Vedas, but I don't believe in God. There are so many Sampradayas like that, right? I don't believe in image worship. God is present everywhere like air. Why should I worship? Why should I go to the temple? I don't believe in the rituals. I don't believe in Shastras. I believe in the Vedas. I believe in Perumal, but these Vedas, this karma, khanda, is all I don't have faith. People say like that, right? A Astika is one who has faith in Perumal and also in all his commands, all his commandments. So I can't say that I love God, but I don't love the Shastra. Shastras are his commandments. You can't say I love my father, but I don't follow whatever he says. So I love Perumal, but not Shastras. We can't say. We have to do all those injunctions prescribed in the Shastra with all love and affection. All the more. If I love my father, really, then if it is real love, I will do whatever he says. I will not leave even a single instruction. Right? Whatever he says, because I love him so much, blindly. I will do everything blindly, no question. Because I love him. Just like a girlfriend is there and she tells the boyfriend, he does everything exactly what his girlfriend says, against the whole world. The movies are shown like that. Right? They will go against the world. They go to any extent to carry out the orders of girlfriend or boyfriend. So Perumal is our husband. And if we really love him, we have to follow every command that he has given. We have to increase our love. We have to show our love by following more and more Shastric injunctions, right? If you love somebody, you do every act that pleases that person. If we really love Perumal for what all he has given to us, then why should we love Perumal simply? So we could have been born as a virus, as a coronavirus, but we have been given human body with intellect, with discrimination. And he has given us a golden opportunity to have some knowledge of the Sampradaya, which has been established by none other than himself. Samapyadyam Gurum Bande Kamala Griha Medhinam. Kamalapati is our first Acharya. Pravakta Chandasam Bhaktra Pancharatrasya Swayam. So the Sampradaya has not been framed by Ramanuja or Desikan. It has been established by none other than Perumal. And he knows how to run the Sampradaya. So we cannot say that we are torch bearers of the Sampradaya or we are protecting. He knows how to protect the Sampradaya through his chosen representative. Sometimes he comes down. Sometimes he sends his emissaries. Sometimes he sends his servants to protect this Sampradaya. At any cost, just imagine. Even before Ramanuja Sampradaya was there, Ramanuja made it more popular. Then it declined. After about 250 years, again he incarnated as Swami Desikan and spread this message, which is alive till now. Is it not a miracle that we are wearing Tiruvanchi Charnam, we are wearing Yajnapavitam, we are doing Sandhyandanam, we are doing chanting Prabandham, even after 1,000 years after Ramanuja, after the onslaught of the Christians and Muslims, the form of British Empire and then Islamic invasion, still now, even now, Tiruvanchi Charnam, Shikha, Yajnapavitam existing, that shows how powerful is our Sanatana Dharma. Nobody can destroy it. All the more when they try to destroy it, it will just rejuvenate and it will amplify itself. It will burst out with greater magnitude and amplitude. Because the Sampradaya has been started by none other than Perumal. Sanatana Dharma is being protected by Perumal. Sanatana Dharma. That is what is Raghavira Gadyam says, right? Krishnam Dharmam Sanatanam. Dharma is Perumal only. So Perumal knows how to protect Sampradaya. But if we if we allow him to make us instruments in his hands in spreading Dharma, that's enough. And that itself is a great privilege to each one of us to become small blade of grass in his Kankari, in his divine Sankalpa. And hence we must know about Prabhupada. And hence we must perform Prabhupada. And hence we must uphold the highest values of Prabhupada. And Perumal should proudly say, I am proud of this Prapanna. See what a faith he has in me. See what a Kankaryam does he do according to the dictates of his Acharya. See how he is protecting this Sampradaya. Perumal should be proud. So we should be worthy of being disciples of Sat Sampradaya Acharyas. That is the only gratitude that we can show, because we cannot repay, we can never repay Perumal's grace or Acharya's grace. How can we repay? Perumal, the very fact that Perumal has given a wonderful body through which we can think about Krishna, we can see the divine forms in the Divyadeshams, we can do Archana, we can do Stotram, we can listen. Are they not miracles? This itself is a miracle, I would say. See, there are crores of people, lakhs of people on this globe who do not have eyes, who do not have the power of speech or hearing, deaf and dumb, physically handicapped, mentally handicapped, lakhs of them. Once we go to such home, then we will know. So, Perumal has given us Jikve, Kirtaya, Keshavam, Muraripam, all the parts of the body perfect. We should be thankful to him, at least for that sake. Only a person who has lost the power, one is a dumb, knows if he can speak. A person who is born dumb, he cannot utter a word. If he speaks, how happy he would be. Mukam karoti vachalam. It's not impossible. Miracles do happen even now. A lame person who doesn't have legs, and if he can run or if he can climb a mountain, how happy he would be. Pangum lankayate giring. Are they possible? Yes, it is possible with the grace of Madhava. Yat kripa tamaham bande paramananda madhavam. Miracles do happen even now. So, the very fact that we are alive, thinking of him, hearing his glories, chanting his glories, itself is a miracle. What more miracle do we need? So we have to thank Perumal for that. That is the reason why we have to do Sandhyavandana. That is the reason why we have to chant Tirupallandu. That is the reason why we should chant more and more Prabandhams, Vedam, to please him. More Kankaryam to please him. So, if we wish to reciprocate his love, how do we reciprocate our love to our parents? Taking care of them with all love and affection and listening to whatever it is. 100%, right? Of course, it's very impossible nowadays to listen to the parents. If you ask somebody, I told a boy, I should listen to her parents. He said immediately, that boy said, they also should tell which I should be able to follow. Right? So, my son doesn't cross the line drawn by me. The son says he should draw such a line where I define. It's not right. Perfect understanding between the parents and the child. That is what is bhakti, and that is what is love to Perumal. We do. There are many devotees, even now. We have a lot of devotees coming to the temple, for example, or chanting Prabandham, etc. Take the example of people coming to the temple. There are 4 types of people. Perumal himself says, I love them, all the 4. Artho, Jigyasa, Artharthi. Jnani cha Bharatarshaba. One comes for removal of distress. So many problems here, family problems, right? Daughter-in-law, son, children, they don't listen, wife doesn't listen, son doesn't listen. They come crying. Perumal says they come. Arjuna, Perumal, they come. All these children, they come to me crying to remove their problems. Problem with the boss in the company, problem with the job, temporary of the job, what will happen to my job, etc. What will happen to my investment, what will happen to my split. Artho jigyasur artharthi, one who comes for, I have invested so much in business, I don't know what will happen. So see that I get maximum profit, or my shares, value of my shares should go up. I should get more profit, I should get more money, my salary should be high, etc. This is second type of devotee comes. The third type of devotee, Jignasu. So he wants to know more about me. He wants to know more about Sampradayam. He wants to know more about the practices of Sampradayam, etc. Then there is the fourth kind. They are all, I love all these three people because they come to me. Not that they are going somewhere to some other person, some other magician, etc. They are coming to me anyway. The fourth person comes, I love him the most. Jnani Jabaratarshaba. The Jnani is none other than your Bhakta. Jnani and Bhakti are Paryaya Vachaka. This Bhakta, Adi Prapanna, he comes only to see me. That's all, out of love. He loves me so much that he wants to see my form, this Acha Vigraha in this form. He comes to the temple because he thinks this Perumal, this Acha Vigraha is consecrated with so many Bhagavatas. So many Bhagavatas have come to see this Acha Vigraha. They have done Mangala Sasana. Be it in US or be it in Canada, be it in anywhere, or any Vividesham. Why do we go to Srirangam? Although Ranganatha, we can have a photo of Ranganatha here and there. Some people also do say, I don't go to the temple, a lot of politics there. The government is useless, government barbaric and barbar government. I don't want to go to see Ranganatha, I will see at home. But people still go to Tirumala in spite of all atrocities being committed in various temples, different temples. Why? Because of the Mangala Sasanam of our Acharyas. Simple. This Ranganatha is supreme simply because all the 10 alvars have sung in his praise, and then many Acharyas have done Mangala Sasanam. Satya Perumal, Alvargalal Mangala Sasanam Cheyapatta Perumal. That's what you do. So why do we chant Palland? Oh, my father is to chant Palland. I love my father, so I chant Palland. My Acharya has given me instruction, you should chant Nityanusandhanam every day, at least Pallandu, then only you are a Vaishnava. So because my Acharya says, I love my Acharya, I am following this instruction. Right? So like that, Jnani cha Bharatarshaba. So this Jnani is very, 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 he loves me so much that he doesn't know anything other than me. That's why I'm always worried about him. This boy is so much faith in me, this child. I have to protect this child. Ananyas Chintayanto Ma Yejana Paryupasate Tesham Nitya Viktanam Yoga Kshemam Bhamyam. I have to take care of his ration card, his gas cylinder, his petrol, his diesel, his electricity bill. Right? Everything I have to see. I have to take care. Yoga Kshemam Bhamyam means he takes everything. Right from paying the bill, your cell bill, servicing of your laptop, everything. Perumal will take care. How he takes care, he is an expert. He knows how to do it. You'll get it things done just through a command, through somebody. But he does. He does it. So the idea here is Perumal is so moved. He feels he is indebted to a Prapanna. He has kept so much faith in me that he has done this Prapatti Tronacharya, at least to save the face of the Acharya, because I am indebted to the Acharya. If it is Andavan or Aishingan or Parakara Swami, I am indebted to this Parampara which has glorified me to such an extent that Prapatti exists even now today because of these people, because of these illustrious Acharya. So I will do whatever they say. If they say, give moksha to this fellow, I will give. to the sinner, no problem. This is the highest recommendation. I am ready to do. And Perumal does it. Perumal does take care of Prapanna, and he corrects them by giving them small punishments, right? Just like a father punishes a child for the welfare of the child. If the child doesn't do homework properly, then he at least chastises the child, or he takes a stick at least. Even Shastra, it is said that doesn't hit, but at least if he takes the rod, if he takes the scale, will you do or not? Then he will do or not. Like that, Perumal scares us through some incidents, due to which we start doing Nitya Karma Anushtana. I have seen many people doing Sandhya Andanam, Tiruvaradhanam, etc. That is the only tapasya in this Kali Yuga. What else can we do? Vikala Sandhya Andanam itself is a good tapasya. So you will get it done once we surrender. What will happen if we don't surrender? If we don't surrender, then also he will not leave us. He will not leave us because he loves us. But punishment will be severe to set us right. Severe punishment for an arrogant boy, a light punishment for an average boy, no punishment for a good boy. That's how a school runs, right? They don't punish good people. If they punish the good people, then the good boy also will become a bad boy. So sometimes people ask this. These are very frequently asked questions. We'll have question answer sessions later. That why good people only suffer? We ask this. So the question of perspective. It's a question of perspective. Good people know clearly it is a punishment given to me by Perumal for this offense, for this crime which I have done, for this sin which I have committed. This is the punishment he has given. They know clearly. Although they may not be able to pinpoint exactly why this punishment, but they know. So I have received this punishment because I did this crime, because I did this offense against a devotee. So he understands the grace of God in that punishment. So punishment is nothing but grace of the Perumal, Kripai of Perumal, to reform us. Right? Who will try to correct his child? A perfect teacher. Because the teacher loves the child will be punished. She reform the child, not that there is a sadistic pleasure derived in beating the child. So Perumal also gives us small punishment. That's what Kunti asks, right? Kunti is a great Sharanagata, like Draupadi. Perumal asked her, what do you want? She said, Vipata Shashvat, always give me troubles, always give me dangers in my life. Always I should get some misfortune in my life. Perumal asked her, why all this? Now enjoy, at least you have become kings. Kauravas are gone, they are dead. Now Yudhishthira is the king, enjoy with your son. So live in a AC palace, go in AC car, AC flight, go abroad every day. Who is going to ask you? The emperor now. He said, no, I don't want this thing. Because as long as I get troubles, as long as I get dangers in my life, so long as I keep on getting dangers in my life, keep on getting accidents in my life, only then will I remember you. Yasyata punarbhava darshanam. So whenever something danger comes to us, you are there. Bhava darshanam. We are able to see you with this eyes. Whenever there is a problem, you are there. Let problems be there. I want problems, because only when there are problems, you will be here. Otherwise, you won't be here. But Kunti says is the highest form of study in Srimad Bhagavatam. So we'll continue to have satsang like this. I get reflections from the devotees here. So although I had a syllabus, I am taking all the examples from Swami Desikan, Principles of Vaishnavism by Nalpakam Vasudevacharya Swami. Book is already published by Ramanujadaya I'm taking quotes from this book. I'm taking it as a reference book, textbook. All the credit goes to Nalpakam Swami. He did a lot of extensive research for more than 10 years to write such a book. They have been translated in English, Tamil, then Kannada and Hindi. I am going to follow. This is a textbook for me, prescribed textbook. Today I didn't touch the book, just giving peripherals, right? The border, just traveling the border. Tomorrow I was straight away going to the subject of Prapati. It's the ocean. What all, to the extent I have understood, to the extent I have been instructed by my Acharya, I'll be able to present here. Thanks for your patient hearing. Kavitarkya Simhaya Kalyana Prasalne Simade Venkateshaya Vedanta Viren. Tomorrow we'll meet exactly again, 6 o'clock. Jai Jai Sasana. Again, Suresh Swami.
Again, Dasan again. Dasan. So tomorrow at 6 a.m. right again.
Suresh Swami, any other announcement?
Again, can you hear me? Hello? No? Can you hear me?
You're on mute.
Oh, okay.
Suresh Swami.
So, yeah. So, question and answer sessions is going to be at the
You're
end.
not listening.
No?
Suresh Swami, we are able to hear you. I think it's with Kunan Swami's.
Suresh Swami, you're on mute.
Swami, can you hear me? Mugundan Swami, can you hear me?
Okay, tomorrow we'll meet again, 6 o'clock.
Okay, I think Swami is not hearing.
Okay.
Okay, we'll wrap it
Very
up
sorry.
tonight.
Delayed.
Kavitarkya Simhaya Kalyana Gunashalini
Jai Jai Sasana.
Vedanta Gurave Namaha Jai Jai Shuddhasna. Again, Dasan.
The news.
Again, the news media. So I have the WhatsApp group link. So people are interested. Those who are interested can join that group. So we'll be posting all the future lectures and schedules in that group. I mean, apart from posting in the other groups too, will be this will be the primary group. Again, Dasan.
Yes, Mr.
Dasan.
Swami.